Your mama was not at home just sitting around. Your mother was at work bringing home the bacon as she should to take care of your crusty. Sorry. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Simone Nicole, here back with another VLOGMAS video. Welcome to the first sit-down video of VLOGMAS. This is actually my second time recording this video, so hopefully second time is the charm. I recorded this and discovered that I was completely out of focus. And then I sent it to Miss Claire and I said, can we make this work? And she said, no. And I said, slay. So now we're here re-recording it. Before I was doing my makeup during this video, but I had to cut that because I just couldn't do it no more, baby girl, because we got a lot of work to do. So what is this video while I'm talking about re-recording it? Y'all love my sit down videos. I loved making them last year, but they were just a lot to script. And I find that I'm not doing them anymore just because I don't have the time or the will to script full length think pieces anymore. So I do have a lot of opinions that I have saved up, but not quite enough like evidence and a full script's worth of notes in order to make a full video out of it. So we are going to just combine all of the opinions that I've been having over the past literal year, not all of them, just some of them, and we're just going to talk about them. Is this an unpopular opinion? Is this things that'll like get me canceled? I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to stick around and find out, sister. And with all that being said, let's get into my first, maybe a little upsetting to somebody opinion. I'm gonna say it because the majority of my followers are women, so I feel like this is a safe space. I feel like everybody has lost the plot when it comes to dating. First of all, I'm gonna speak from a heterosexual perspective because, you know, I date the men's, and I hate throwing women in there because I, for one, support women's rights and women's wrongs. I really don't want this video to be used by some manosphere, no neck, never been with a woman in his life ass man taking this video trying to prove his own point. Absolutely not. You could never. But here's what I'll say. I think that because of young women being chronically online and maybe not having the best role models, we have started to look at things that are like entertainment, aka music, social media, all of those things as actual guidelines about how you should be dating and what you should be looking for when you're dating. I'm gonna speak for specifically Black women because that's a lot of the discourse that I see is in the Black community. I see a lot of women that are like, I want a man that is college educated, no kids, makes $500,000 to multi-millionaire. I want him to be able to take care of me. I don't want to have to do nothing. I am passenger princess. I don't want to know what a bill is. I don't want to know any of that. And if you're saying that you want this whole list of things from your partner, you have to be prepared to be at least somewhere in the area of being able to give that back or to keep up with that. I'm not saying that if you don't also make $500,000 or whatever, that you don't deserve the man I described. No. But what I am saying is that when you seek these things out and involve yourself with a man of that nature, and you yourself are not doing the exact same in life and or better, it sets up a very, very dangerous power dynamic where you are not the one in a position of power at all. When I hear young women talking about how they want a man that makes all this money and they barely have a pot to piss in, I'm like, girl, that is a very, 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 very dangerous game to play, because historically we have seen that power imbalances just don't work. And let's take money out of it. Let's take men out of it. But when you involve yourself with somebody or a situation where you have very little agency and the other person does, it's rare that it's going to work out for the person that has little to no agency. If you're at a job and this job is all that you have in this whole entire world and you depend on it to feed your entire family, they're not paying you enough, they treat you like shit, but you just kind of like stick around because it's really the only option that you have. That job knowing that it's the only option that you have, that manager knowing it's the only option that you have, they're going to take advantage of it because they know your back is up against the wall and what else are you going to do? It's the exact same thing when you talk about being in relationship with somebody. It's such a hard line to toe of like telling a woman like what she's worth and what she should be going after. But I need y'all to hear me when I say that I am approaching this from a space of one, experience, and two, a place of like, we need to really, really better examine relationship dynamics and what it means to be in the relationships that are glamorized and glorified online. I don't think that we talk enough about what a person is to us, not what a person can do for us, right? And I think that there's way too much emphasis placed on money. But then as I said it out loud, I'm like, but money is very, 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 very important. I just think that the conversations that we're having around it are just a little icky. It was one girl that was like, I don't even go on the first date with a man if he's not paying my rent. If a man is willing to pay for my rent before I ever even meet him, I'm not going on a date with him because that's a trick. And a lot of people are like, yeah, I want me a trick. I mean, a trick is cute for a short amount of time. And if that's what you want a trick for, that's great. But you must know that in order for him to trick on you, you're going to have to trick on him, and not with money, with your other pocketbook. Okay. If you're okay with that, then slay. But also know he's probably not being exclusive to you, because he can use his money to buy any and everything. What makes you think that he is only going to be using that money to buy you? And he also looks at women as property, things to be bought and to be sold. Women have a price to him. I don't want that. I think that that's cute for a short amount of time, not a long amount of time. And I don't think that people understand how it actually feels to be in a dynamic like that, because they're so busy thinking about the bags and the black boxes with the bow and rose. Like, it's just not worth it, girl. And I feel like we've gotten to a point where we are almost describing the partners that we want as like a father, what a father should be doing. This is coming from someone that did not grow up with a strong father figure in my life, so I get it. But I think that there's a very fine line between wanting a good provider, protector, head of household, and wanting someone to be your literal father. Now that we've gotten through that, let's get into it with the men. Okay, let me just say this. I'm so tired of these men, because it's like we have walked things back as a country, right? Quick side note, I don't understand when I hear conservative people going, the world is turning so liberal. Girl, where are the liberal values that you speak of besides the couple little Gen Zs in your comments reading you for filth? This world is extremely conservative, not just in like the way that the US map looked when we actually voted. Like, the only reason that a lot of states even turned blue was because their most highly populated areas were blue. Okay, let's get that very, very straight. This country is getting real red real fast, and it's being reflected in our dating values as well. This idea of wanting a traditional woman is insane to me, because let's take Black people out of it, because Black people and Black women have traditionally worked our entire basically like human existence in the US. Black women have worked. So for all of the Black men being like, I want a traditional woman, how many of y'all mamas was stay-at-home mothers? Like, I would get it if you grew up in a household where like your mom was a stay-at-home mom, so like you have those certain values. Half of y'all didn't have a daddy, just like we didn't have a daddy. So your mama was not at home just sitting around. Your mother was at work bringing home the bacon, as she should, to take care of your crusty Sorry. Anywho, I would get it if that's what you grew up with, but let's take Black people out of it. Let's talk like traditional nuclear family that happened like literally for like 10 years in the US history. Not for long, because even white women had to get their ass up and work at certain points when they white men was off at war. You know what I'm saying? It's a very hard dynamic to maintain, because in order to have this utopian existence in this nuclear family, the man has to make all of the money in order for the woman to stay home, to be able to support that home. In this day and age, in this economy, do you understand how much money you would have to make in order to do that as a man? Most men understand that realistically, they'll never be able to do that. So what do they say? I want you to cook, clean, have regular sex with me, suck my pee whenever I deem is necessary, worship me like the God that I am. Y'all are getting blasphemous as well. I want all of these things, and I want her to go to work. The reality is, like, you can't afford it. And then the way that they'll spend it is like, I ain't nobody daddy. I'm not just about to be sitting up here just taking care of her. You know, as a woman, she do need to contribute something. What else do you contribute? Y'all are out of y'all cotton picking, bold, bald-headed ass, dry-lipped, stupid ass minds. If you think that a woman should do all the things that you listed, plus do the job that you do all day long, and then come home to you and do all of that, you're out of, it's crack. It's crack. Everyone is really looking at relationships, both men and women, as like, what can I get out of this person? Gone are the days of, is this person someone I can build with? Is this person someone I can see spending the rest of my life with? I remember I saw this video, and it was a woman that was asking questions to her audience. I want to pose these questions to you guys because I think that it's really good to think about, because it brings us back to what being in relationships is really about and what values you should be looking for. She said, if in another universe, you and your partner were not dating, but you knew exactly the type of person that he was, would you be okay with your best friend dating this person? Give that some thought. Then, if you were to have a baby with this person and your child turned out to be exactly like your partner, would you be okay with that? Last and final question I would like to post. If someone, a stranger, said, oh my goodness, you are just like your partner, would you take that as a compliment or as an insult? Okay, those questions get to the heart of what being in a relationship means. What do you admire about that person? Do you admire their ethics, their morals, what they have going on the inside? Are you going to be okay with parenting with this person? Like, there's so much more to talk about outside of, I don't want to do anything. I want to turn my brain off and let my man handle every single solitary thing. Or I want my woman to be on her knees, ready for me when I get home with a plate of bacon. What the is wrong with y'all? Like, it's just, everyone has lost the plot. Everyone has lost the plot. Everyone has lost the plot. Everyone is dating, trying to figure out what they can gain from the situation, what they can gain from the other person. And I'm not with it. I'm over it. And I just think that everyone needs to get a fucking grip. That's it for my first opinion. Okay, next case, Shona. I do fear that being skinny has never gone out of style. Never, not once. I have been flabbergasted at the conversations of people being like, I'm so sad that like 2000s heroin chic is back. Girl, when did being skinny ever stop being the beauty standard? Let's just take it back for a second, okay? We are saying that we feel like the body positivity movement really movemented because we were starting to see different bodies be represented in media. Sure, fine. But let's be so fucking for real. The body type that was overwhelmingly acceptable for this past like 2010s, early 2020s was the slim thick body type. Emphasis on slim. And even when we're talking about plus size models, if we're thinking of the models that are like paving the way, you know, even they have an hourglass figure. Their hip to waist ratio is still little to bigger. It's definitely a beauty standard, and being skinny in a different font. We do not see a lot of our apple-shaped baddies on the runway. We don't see them in magazines. We don't see them in a lot of places because, in fact, skinny has never gone away. You have to be skinny somewhere in order for you to be truly accepted, because the term bad built never left the social zeitgeist. Me thinking of Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
She deserved that one. Anyways, let's even talk about the fact that it is always going to be a compliment and socially acceptable to tell someone that they have lost weight and to assume that the loss of weight is a good thing because it means that it's bringing them closer to skinniness. It wasn't until like maybe like a couple years ago where you could say like, oh, that ass is getting fat. And most people would not take it as a like, you might as well have called that bitch. You might as well have called them a racial slur to say that they had gained weight, that their ass is big, that they're getting thick. Let me know, my girls that have never been straight sized like their entire life. I am a smaller person. I get that. Please, pitchforks down. But I don't think that there's ever been a moment in my life where I did not want to be skinnier. There has never been a moment where I have been completely satisfied with the way that I personally look. I'm always striving for more, whether it to be to tone down, to slim up, to get a little more muscle on me. Like, I think I'm just annoyed by the conversation because I feel like body positivity was really co-opted by straight size fairly skinny people that might have a little bit of pudge on the stomach that feel comfortable not hiding that pudge anymore. And then we call that body positivity. Y'all are still taking pictures of plus size people in public, making fun of them for eating whatever is in front of them. It's still socially acceptable to make fun of overweight people. Where is the body positivity? I'm confused as to where y'all feel like this body positivity ever went. It was just skinny, but in a different font. And now we're back to just being like, nah, we skinny and you bitches could never. I'm a size 2 and what about it? I think we need to do a much better job at digging up the root cause of all of our fat phobia, internal biases, prejudices against people that are overweight and have more weight on their bodies, because y'all been treating Lizzo like shit since she came out. Everything that lady does, y'all got something to say about it. But her skinny counterparts can get away with 10 times more. Y'all decided that y'all hated her and y'all say it's because she's obnoxious, because she never stopped shaking her ass. Blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't like that lady because she got roles in places that y'all don't want her to, and she has too much mouth for how big she is. Let's just fucking be for real about it. Body positivity was always just a little fucking marketing term that we put on so that we could sell things to people and make people feel good for like 2 freaking seconds about being a size 6. I'm over it. It's much too much. Next case. I would like to assert that consistency is the answer to any question or the solution to any problem that you are having in life. Okay, let's talk about it. Because think about the things that have plagued you your entire life. So like, I hate that I'm a pushover. I hate that I consistently date men that treat me like shit. I hate that I consistently get jobs where they treat me like shit and take advantage of me. I hate that I'm never living in a place that I really love, or I hate that I can never lose weight. I hate that I can never gain weight. I hate that blah, 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 blah. All of those problems are because you are making consistent choices to stay in that place, for better or for worse. So when you're saying, I hate that people take advantage of me so much, it's because you are making the consistent decision to show up for people that have shown you will not show up for you in return, but you're making the decision to show up for them anyways because of whatever you got going on inside of you that tells you that you would be a bad person if you didn't show up for people and allow them to treat you like shit, even at the detriment of your own mental health. That's a decision, and you're consistently making it. Whether or not you are conscious of it or unconscious of it is completely different. But when we're talking about the gym, when we're talking about gains, losses, you have to consistently make the decision to sit your ass on that couch and keep on eating that bag of Lay's. You have to consistently make the decision to go out drinking with your friends on the weekend and not paying your bills on time, killing your credit score, which means that you're never going to be able to move out of the piece of shit apartment that you're in. You are consistently making those decisions. The problem is that most people cannot sustain being uncomfortable for long periods of time. And it's actually what I consider to be one of my superpowers, is that I have the ability to be uncomfortable for a long periodically time if I know that it means that at the end of it, I will get what the fuck I want. Okay? Let's say I'm going through a bad friendship breakup. I know that if I give this person the energy of going back and forth with them, responding to their subliminals on socials, whatever, I'm making the decision to consistently engage with that. It is prolonging the end of the relationship. It's prolonging the putting that to rest, putting that to bed. And it's keeping me in a place of I hate this saying, but it's keeping me in a place of low vibrational energy. It just is. And I'm constantly making the decision to engage. It will make me, not me necessarily, but it would make me in this situation uncomfortable to sit back and let that person talk about me. Let that person spin the narratives that they want. And I stand here and I don't engage. That's uncomfortable. But it's also a decision. And if you stick with it, it's a consistent decision. And now all of a sudden you are rewiring your brain to communicate, this is who I am. This is how I move. And not only does your brain start to believe, okay, we're a different person, we're moving in different ways, it also shows God and the universe that you are now vibrating at a completely different level. And those types of people will just no longer work with you anymore. They just don't agree with you. You keep on attracting these low vibrational ass people because you are yourself in some ways low vibrational. Mind you, I'm not sitting here on my high horse saying this about you. I cannot emphasize this enough, not just with this point, but with everything I'm going to say in this video, I am speaking from a place of experience. My therapist has had to look me in my eyes and say, you're fucking tripping. And I go, don't talk to me like that. I'll hang up. Like, I have had to do this hard work and make hard decisions for a consistently long amount of time in order to rewire my brain and show myself who I am and what I'm worth. And you can do the same. You just have to be consistent about it. But right now, you're choosing to dance with the devil that you know. And I absolutely love that saying. I love the idea of thinking about the negative things in your life that you consistently put up with or engage with because it's the devil that you know. You won't lead that man to be in a potentially healthier relationship, but also it could also mean being single for a while. That's uncomfortable. That's unknown. And human beings don't like the unknown. So they would rather stick with the consistency of the piece of shit partner that they're with right now, because at least they know what that's like, you know? So I dare you to leave the devil that you know and to start to commit to consistently making decisions that align with the life that you want. And I promise you, your life will look different in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You just have to be consistent with everything that you do and every decision that you make. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers with this one, but I need y'all to hear me when I say I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me. Being a people pleaser is manipulative. When I first heard this, it literally took my breath away because I said, how dare you? What do you mean? Explain further. As someone that is a recovering lifelong people pleaser, I thought it was a badge of honor. I thought that it just meant like, you know, like she's really nice. She's really agreeable. First of all, I no longer strive to be agreeable. Certain situations, sure, I don't need to put my foot into an opinion or like make sure that my way is the way or it's the highway. No, but I don't really want to be passive. I don't want for my badge of honor to be that I'm passive and I just be letting whoever do whatever to me. That's not cute. But I always took being a people pleaser is a good thing for everyone else but me. So hearing that being a people pleaser is actually really manipulative reframed my brain, because the way it was described was like, when you are a people pleaser, you are trying to control the narrative of how people see you. You are trying to control the perception of how people see you. And you want them to see you as someone that is generous, agreeable, impartial, patient, even if it's not actually true to you. So you're trying to control and manipulate the version of you that you want everybody else to perceive you to be, instead of letting them see you for who you actually are. And I do fear that when you put it like that, it does sound manipulative. Also, you're robbing people of the ability to get to know you for who you really are, what you really like, what your values are. You're not even letting people see that. And also, are you even acknowledging those things for yourself? Like, if you're so busy trying to please everybody else and show up the way that you think you should be perceived, when are you actually going to get to know yourself for what you like and who you actually are, and not this persona that you're putting forth for other people? You know, it was just a lot to take in when someone said that. From one recovering people pleaser to another, I dare you, I guess this is my second dare of the video, to let people see you and to let you see yourself, and to stop trying to construct and cajole the image of what you want people to think that you are. Let's just get honest, you know? That's hard. That's deep. That's my controversial take. Let me know if it hit you square in the chest like it hit me when I first heard it. There's a lot of opinions wrapped up in this last one, so I don't know exactly how to put it in a bow for this statement, so I'll just say this. Everyone wants to be a fucking influencer nowadays, even if they will not admit it. This one been on my chest for a minute, so just allow me some space to set this up, okay? I come from the era of 2016 YouTube, right? When beauty gurus and like peak eyeliner out to here, white concealer under the eye, glitter cut crease, matte can barely move your lips were just, the girls were eating. You know what I'm saying? That's the YouTube that I fell in love with. And unfortunately with that came a lot of drama and came a lot of controversy. And because of that, people determined that YouTube and YouTubers were problematic, money hungry, and had no morals. So they said, we're divesting. We can't do this. We always feel like we're being sold to. We're leaving. Y'all suck. So the beauty community on YouTube dies down. And then I start to hear like, oh no, but the beauty community over on TikTok is so chill. It's so not like YouTube. People are actually honest and they don't care about the views. Mind you, I'm sitting here and I said to myself, just wait. It'll go there too. I think that it's crazy that the perception was these YouTubers were amoral. This situation, this platform is amoral, but this platform will be completely different. And these people will be completely different. No, let me tell you something. In this world, a lot of people can be bought and sold. Money can buy a good review. It can buy a bad review. It can buy you posting every single day. It can buy you turning into the most cheerleader ambassador for a brand that you have ever seen in life. It can do a lot. So I knew that as soon as advertisers started to understand that there was money in TikTok, that the morals and the being sold to and the figuring out that your fave doesn't actually give a damn about you and they really just care about their bag would also follow the TikTok. And guess where we are? We're here right now. I know you're like, Simone, but how does your thesis statement tie into this? Let me get there. Let me cook. The conversations around influencers is that we are all vapid, money hungry, moralists, and we don't deserve to make the money that we make. It's not a real job. The list goes on and on and on and on. And with all that ridicule and all of that controversy, you would think that people would avoid this job like the plague, because getting involved in that would mean that you too are all the things that I just listed, right? So imagine my surprise when TikTok Shop happens and all these little stay-at-home moms, 9-to-5 baddies start requesting samples from TikTok. And let me put y'all on to what requesting samples mean, because I also have the ability to do that. When you request a sample from the brand, you are saying to that brand, send me this free shit and I'll do a positive review for you. Because if you do a negative review, they're gonna tell you to take that shit down. So majority of the time, when you agree to those samples, you are getting them and you are agreeing to say something positive about it. That's why you get people on TikTok Shop and these TikTokers being like,
oh my God, this is the best product I've ever used in my whole entire life. I'm gonna see if I can maybe find a link for you guys and link it to this video.
ho, the things you've lied about.
Even pertaining to your mom.
No, but for real, like the only reason that you're making the video is to link it and to possibly make a commission and go viral. What? Like, I think the thing that irritates me so much was that there was and still is so much discourse around influencers. Like, I feel like we've become an idea and a monolith instead of individual people that exist inside of the same community, because the influencers that y'all are referring to are the people that y'all made y'all faves that were never moral, upstanding human beings. I don't understand how we continue to make these people, and let me speak from the beauty community standpoint, so big, so infamous, so famous, and they're not good people. And they keep on showing it to you that they're not good. And you're like, in the comments,
they could never make me hate you.
You're a part of the problem, Rebecca. You're a part of the problem. You keep these problematic people propped up at the top, and then they become the symbol of what it means to be an influencer, when in reality, an influencer is a me. It's the girl with 100K. It's the girl that just like gets on camera and does her makeup, takes this little sponsorship a few times a month and keeps it pushing. There is so much more to this community than just like the huge people at the top that lie because a company sent them a freaking Chanel bag. No shade with it, no shade with it. I'm just saying, like, there is this insane standard held to influencers, because apparently all of us lie, to where if we take a partnership, it's assumed that we're lying about it. But then these TikTok Shop girlies get online and tout every single product as the best product that has ever been in existence, and y'all trust that more? I don't get what's not clicking, because this is my real job, right? I actually have a lot of integrity, and I've had to work to have integrity in this industry, because it's a It's a lot of money to be made in this industry, baby. And I have turned down tenfold more deals than I have accepted because not all money is good money. And I am not a person that can be bought and sold. And I pledge to my audience to remain someone that you can put your trust in because money is real funny nowadays. And I'm not just about to be telling you need to buy every single solitary thing because it's not realistic and it's not financially responsible. And I want the best for my audience. And also, my morals mean everything to me. I'm not going to get online and tell you that the piece of skincare saved my skin and cleared up all of my blackheads and my dark spots instantly because they offering to pay me a cute little 30K. All of my sponsorships, especially my skincare sponsorships, anything with a higher price tag, I let the brand know outright, you will not be getting this video from me as soon as I receive the product. I need time to use the product to make sure that it is effective so that when I push it to my audience, I know that I'm not spewing bullshit because I actually care about where my audience puts their money. Let me tell you something. The soccer mom living on Sunny Street don't give a damn about none of that because they don't understand the industry. They don't understand what it means to have power over someone else's dollar. A lot of us take our jobs very, very seriously. And I just think that it's the hugest double standard in the fact that we trust these people that are incentivized to give good reviews because they got it for free, as opposed to someone that does this for a full-time job. Honestly, y'all just need to have better discernment with the people that y'all watch, period. Because I'm not buying shit from no TikTok shop, girl. I'm sorry. If I see enough people talking about it, then maybe, but I only buy products. I only subscribe to things. I only get services that were recommended by the people closest to me, the people that are my motherfucking faves, and the people that I know every time I buy some of theirs, baby, they never miss. That's the only people that I'm listening to, because it's discernment. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very, very irritating because I just feel like the same people that were chatting match about influencers are the same people trying to make a quick buck on TikTok shop when just a couple months ago, influencers were amoral and liars because all they care about is money. Okay, Rebecca. All righties. That is going to bring us to the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I feel like I got a little unhinged and passionate there, but when do I not in these sit down talking videos? I hope that y'all are able to take something away from it. And let me know how you like this format of me just like going through my thoughts as opposed to having fully fleshed out videos. Because if I can do more like this, then you will see these sit down videos happening a lot more because I always have thoughts. I always have things to say. Thank you guys for joining me for this Vlogmas episode this December 2024. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with any of the things that I said or respectfully disagree with anything that I said, or if you have your own hot takes / things that you don't think are being talked about enough. Drop them down in the comments below. And with all that being said, I will see you guys super duper soon, as in tomorrow, in my next video. Bye guys.